Hey there, YouTube. We just watched PlayStation's State of Play for 2024, and I'm excited for Dragon's Dogma 2. They released a new trailer, which actually showed off a new vocation. So I went over to their website, and lo and behold, their new vocation over here, the Warfarer, has been added. Let's get into all these classes. Let's take a look at it, and I'll talk a little bit about what you'll be getting into when you pick one of these. First off is one of the basic. There's actually 4 basic classes or vocations in this game. Dragon's Dogma 1, there was only 3, but it looks like they split the Strider from Dragon's Dogma 1 into an Archer and Thief class. First up is this Fighter. Again, we're on their website. The Fighter vocation excels in melee combat, deftly wielding a sword and shield. Fighters can slice through enemy ranks and deliver powerful blows while also using their shields to protect themselves and their allies. What that means is for your first 10 levels, if you pick the Fighter, you'll be leveling up your health more than your stamina, your health more than your magic. You'll also be getting skills that you can use to, pull the aggro off of your pawn. It's good for the quest where you need to escort an NPC to another village or something like that. You can pull the enemies off that NPC you're escorting. So overall, a pretty solid starting vocation, especially if you want to work on your defenses and health. Next up, we'll look at the Archer. The Archer is again split from the Strider. You'll be focusing on long-range attacks using a bow and arrow. They perform their attacks from afar and can target enemies in high position. In addition, they are essentially in supporting the front line. For example, by targeting enemy weaknesses, they can create opportunities for your allies to strike. They'll have some awesome additions, for example, blast arrows. So if you want to play range starting off and most likely level up your stamina more than your health and magic, you might want to pick this Archer. Next up is the Thief. This is our dual wielding daggers portion of the Strider from Dragon's Dogma 1. The Thief attacks with deadly speed, dealing rapid and consecutive strikes with daggers in both hands while exhibiting outstanding mobility. They quickly step away after striking, exploit openings to cling onto enemies, and inflict heavy damage. They may also steal items from NPCs and enemies. So some additions to the Strider class, they can now steal items. That's pretty cool. A little bit of Skyrim involved in this. We'll see how stealing works. Maybe there'll be some lock picking. But if you could see from the video here, they're running around, jumping around the enemy. They're really good at climbing and getting to weak spots on bigger enemies. One trick from Dragon's Dogma 1, if you pick the Strider, you'll be able to start with something called Rusted Daggers. Well, you want to make sure you keep it if it's the same in Dragon's Dogma 2. These provide a status effect on the enemy, poisoning from those Rusted Daggers. Next up is the Mage. This is your starter vocation for magic. While wielding a staff, the Mage offers support to their party in various ways, from launching magic attacks, offering enchantments that bolster their party members' weapons, to casting healing spells. The more advanced and powerful the magic is, the longer the incantation time will be. As a mage, you'll experience strategic excitement of deftly executing your magic abilities. This game follows the same leveling scheme as Dragon Dogma's 1. The mage starting stats and level up stats will be kind of trash, and I would really recommend either starting with Thief and Archer for more stamina, because even though your spells cost magicka to cast, if you run out of stamina while speaking a long incantation, that's no good. That's no good at all. You'll get tired, you won't be able to move. So stamina is a good thing to upgrade. Maybe Strider or Thief. The Fighter would be a good choice. You get that early health, early defenses before you jump into a sorcerer class. But if you really want to start off throwing spells around, the Mage isn't a bad choice. That's it for our basic vocations. The Mage, the Thief, the Archer, and the Fighter. Those are the first 4 vocations you can choose and most likely pick your pawn as. As you continue on, you'll be able to pick up quests which unlock the advanced vocations, and we'll get into those now. The first one up is the Warrior. This is your big bad fighter, two-hand weapon, slow attacks, but they're going to chunk some health. The Warrior boasts a robust physique, specializing in direct combat, with the strength to endure enemy counterattack. Warriors are masters of two-handed weapons, such as the greatsword and the hammer. The strike that is unleashed after charging power and identifying an opening is among the most powerful attacks of all vocations. Now, at some of the interviews, they talked about how the Warrior was kind of underpowered in Dragon's Dogma 1. It wasn't fun to play, because mostly what you're doing was jump attacks the entire time. The slow attacks were too slow, and they didn't hit, but they did a lot of damage. They worked on this for Dragon's Dogma 2, and they have some cool looking abilities. Flurry, for example, where you just swing the sword a bunch of times. There's a shoulder bash, taking from Monster Hunter World to make the gameplay feel more interactive. So instead of just charging and then getting interrupted, you can cancel your charge to bash the enemy and stun them a bit and then go right back into your charge and attack. So it looks pretty fun. I'm real excited to see how this is. Leveling up the warrior will, of course, boost your health very high if it's the same as Dragon's Dogma 1. So that is 1+ to leveling as a warrior. You level as all vocations, actually. You don't have to pick one vocation and that's it. You're stuck with that for the whole game. You can level as the mage and then switch to a warrior and switch to a thief. And every time you level up, you will gain the stat points that that class gives you. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you want to level as a warrior, you will gain more health. Next up on the advanced vocations is the sorcerer. This is your mage, your cast. This is the advanced vocation. Completely specializes in various magic attacks. Their magic is conjured with both hands through a large staff and can change the tide of battle at any given opportunity. As their magic spells take longer to cast, it is key for the sorcerer to find a safe place and determine the correct moment to strike. This guy has huge spells, tornadoes, meteors, hurricanes. I mean, you name it. The magic system in Dragon's Dogma is unlike any other. If you like magic, you'll want to definitely try it out in this game. Currently on their website, that's it for the advanced vocations, but I have a sneaking suspicion they're going to announce more vocations and add them to the list, which is kind of strange because they've already released official t-shirts that show all these vocations on them, minus the warfare, but I can't see them only adding, you know, the sorcerer as an upgrade vocation for the mage, the warrior as an upgrade vocation for the fighter, and leaving the archer and thief out of it. I have a feeling there's at least 2 more vocations in the advanced and maybe 1 or 2 more hybrid vocations, which we'll get into next. Starting with the first hybrid vocation, we have the magic archer. Available only to the Arisen, which means pawns cannot be a hybrid vocation. The magic archer vocation excels in long-range combat with their magical arrows. In addition to attacking or healing, magic archers are also adept at supporting their allies. They can learn a custom skill that unleashes a devastating attack over a wide area in exchange for reducing their own maximum health. So that's interesting. It looks like the magic archer is going to be a pretty heavy damage dealing magic ranged type support class, but if they want to go deep into DPS, they can actually reduce their own health and do some massive damage, which looks pretty cool. If you're looking here at this video they have on their website, absolutely destroying this griffin. I can't wait to try it out. The next hybrid vocation is actually something new. It's called the Mystic Spear Hand. It's also exclusive to the Arisen, which means the pawns cannot be a Mystic Spear Hand. It's a vocation that combines melee and magic, making them a well-balanced vocation that is effective from any range. This looks kind of like the Magic Knight from Dragon's Dogma 1, except instead of a shield and a mace, you have this cool double-bladed weapon. Mystic Spear Hand is a master of the unique weapon, the Duo Spear. Using magic, they can paralyze enemies or hurl multiple objects at them. We don't know too much about this class, skills that it uses, but from the videos we've seen in the trailers, it looks pretty awesome, and it's something to keep a watch out for. The third hybrid vocation on the list is the Trickster. This is also new to Dragon's Dogma 2. It's a vocation exclusive to the Arisen, so pawns cannot be a trickster. The Trickster can conjure illusions through the smoke created by its own unique weapon, the Censer. Look here at the video, it's casting it looks like a dragon out of the smoke. It stuns that griffin and knocks it right out of the air. The Tricksters can use illusions to deceive enemies into fighting against their own. They also have the ability to temporarily increase the power of pawns beyond their limit. So it looks like I said before, it's a support type class, less combat focused and more focused on buffing and maybe healing your allies. Lastly, we get to the Warfare, a vocation that was just announced in the PlayStation Year of Play 2024. Warfare is a new vocation exclusive to the Arisen that can use every weapon and learn different skills from each vocation. By using diverse weapons, the Warfare can respond to any situation and create combos that cross vocational boundaries. Wow. The Warfare's lower base stats require them to utilize situational strengths of different weapon types to be on par with other vocations and specialized strengths. That's pretty awesome. You see here from the videos and what was in the trailer, this is a sorcerer who switches into a warrior to jump and attack. They can switch on the fly between weapons depending on what's needed in the situation. This will probably be closer to an endgame vocation that's unlocked after you level up other vocations, and you most likely have to level the other vocations in order to use those weapons under the Warfare. But this is pretty cool. It sounds like leveling up this warfare won't give you very good stats, so you may want to switch to an advanced class vocation like the warrior or the sorcerer before you level up. That's it for the vocations shown so far. Like I said before, I think I have a sneaking suspicion that they will be adding more vocations in the future as it leads up to release. Stay tuned, and I will keep you up to date whenever a new vocation is announced. If you enjoyed the video, please check out some of my other videos, and I hope you have a great day.